We're back with the live television taping of AT&T's presentation of the 2022 Black Music Honors at the Comp Energy Center May 19th, hosted by LaToya Luckett and D. Ray Davis. The Black Music Honors, recognizing Drew Hill, Karen White, Carrie Hilson, Mary, Tevin Campbell, The Whispers, with special performances by Drew Hill, 112, Eric Bellinger, Kid and Play, Amber Riley, Carl Thomas, and many more. AT&T presents the Black Music Honors, May 19th at the Cobb Energy Center. Get your tickets now at blackmusichonors.com.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Hollywood Live today. You cannot talk about American music without talking about my guest today. They are American icons. They are, of course, one of the real leaders behind the whole idea of Black Music Month. I'm talking about the one and only Whispers, Wallace and Walter Scott. Hey, guys, how are you?
Doing, Tanya? How are you, Tanya? Good to see you.
Oh, it's been way too long since we've seen each other, but I'm so glad you guys are here today. You're looking good. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. It is, of course, Black Music Month. You guys are participating in the 7th annual Black Music Honors. In fact, you're being honored there. Tell me a little bit about it. It's a great TV show. It's going to be on Bounce coming up real soon, the 25th. But tell us about what happened when you guys were there taping the show.
Well, it was very exciting. It was just an honor for us to be one of the people that received awards. We were down with people that very young. It was so exciting because we got to share our experience with all these young people. And the Black Music Honors, the program itself was incredible. You know, Mary, Karen White, Tevin Campbell, several people there, and we were amongst the honorees, and it was just super exciting.
It really is. I mean, of course you would be among the honorees if you're talking Black music in America. My gosh, I can't, you know what? I cannot believe it was 1963 in Watts, California, when you guys formed the group, The Whispers. You were what? You were, of course, about 3 years old. You're twins, so you were 3 years old.
Tanya, I love you so much.
I mean, because you cannot be a day over 25 now. Look at that, you know?
I just love you. Just keep right on talking.
You know. But you know what, Tanya, we can't believe it either. The fact that we're here, I'm just to be straight up honest, 53 years, going on 54 years later, if anybody had told us that this kind of thing, you know, we had dreams. And I can honestly say most of our dreams really came true, but we wouldn't have believed it. You know, when you're young and you coming up and you hoping you can do this. Luckily for us, thanks to the man upstairs and whatever good breaks that came along, we've been here going on 54 years.
Wow, I know it's really a lifetime. You know, the whispers and the beat goes on, and we could start singing a bunch of the songs I'm going to today, but my throat isn't exactly where I wanted it to be because I was going to sing to you all. That was my plan.
All right, go right ahead.
You know, but let me just ask you. So you're identical twins. I don't know if people even know that, even though looking at you, honestly, when you're there together, I can't tell which one is which. So
well,
who is Walter? Huh?
The Walter's a guy with no hair who used to have a lot of hair like Scotty. And that's Scotty with the cap on.
Okay. Of course, Scotty is helping his brother out because he's got the cap on, so we don't know if he has hair or not. I like that.
Yeah, I'm proud to say I still do have hair.
Okay, well, there you go. But growing up as identical twins, what was that like? And I mean, you know, the fact that you were so talented, when did people realize, oh, we got a thing going on here with these guys?
Well, you know what? It all started with our father. You know, we had a father that once we were born into this world, we had a father that wanted the whole world to know that he had twin sons. So I think as far back as I can remember, maybe 4 or 5, my dad would walk up to a person and tap them on the shoulder and said, look over there, those are my two twin boys, and they're going to be big stars one day. I mean, this was at 4 and 5. So he went out, he bought me a saxophone, and he bought Scotty a drum set. We didn't know how to play it. He just wanted us to be in music. My father was a jazz guy, and he wanted us, of course, to be in jazz music. But, we did like all kids. We came up in the Motown era.
Right.
And we wanted to be like the Temptations and the Four Tops. And that's kind of where we kind of ended up integrating too. But it started very, very early with me and Scotty and my dad.
So was there ever any rivalry between the two of you or competition? And, how did that all work out?
Well, I would say later on, once we started having some hit records, and that's a whole story within itself because it took a while before that happened. But once we started having a few hits, we would be deciding on what next song we were going to do and who was going to lead them. That's when the rivalry came in because he wanted to lead stuff and I wanted to lead stuff. And it was a problem anyway, because you really couldn't tell because our voices, other than maybe a half step, is identical. So, but there was a little rivalry there. Other than that, hey, we just took it as it came.
Well, no, there was a rivalry that kind of started before that. In high school, we played football, we ran track, and we have to this day in our yearbook, we ran 100-yard dash. And to this day, he will tell you he won the 100, and I know I won it. So and this is 50 years later, we talk about this, but we played football. We were all league champions. He was a right halfback and I was a left halfback. And we both ran track. And we both, most of the time, either he won or I won, but this one particular time, they called it a tie. And like I said, to this day, he believes he won it. And as I said, I know I won it. So,
well, after all those years, that's not too bad. I'm so glad to see you're still friends and still brothers and still getting along. But, I think people should also know that it was really Sly Stone from Sly and the Family Stone that kind of took the Whispers under their wings. You guys went up to Northern California, and that's kind of where it all began.
There's no question about it. We were working a little club circuit right here in LA right after we got out of high school. And we had a record that we had recorded. It was called Never Again, something you might have never even heard. Yeah. But at the time, Sly Stone, he was Sly, but he wasn't the Sly that he later became. He was a big time disc jockey then. He heard the record, liked it, and said, man, I got to get these guys up here to the Bay Area. And he brought us to the Bay Area. We came to the Bay Area years ago, and we started working at a little club called the Sportsman Club. We were like the opening act for all of the major acts that would come through the Bay Area. Thanks to Sly, he brought us up there and put us in that position. I think we ended up starting out with a 2-week engagement, and it ended up being over 2 years.
Wow. Do you still talk to Sly or see him? He's still around.
Yes,
in Burbank, I hear.
Yeah, you know what? We haven't talked to him in years, and we heard that he was down here in Southern California. But he originally is from, is it Riverside?
No, Vallejo.
Vallejo. His dad was a minister, but people don't know. Before he was Sly of Sly and the Family Stone, he was the biggest disc jockey at KDIA, right?
Right.
He was a disc jockey, and when he liked your record, he was in a position to make something happen. And in our case, he liked our record. People don't believe this. No, Sly was a disc jockey. I said, believe me when I'm telling you, he was a big disc jockey, not just the director. He was probably the biggest thing on the station. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. Yes, I hear he is living in Burbank and actually doing quite well. I don't know, maybe it's not Burbank, but someplace down here. You guys, though,
California somewhere. Yeah,
I think it's Burbank. I don't know. I could be wrong. We'll look it up afterwards. But wait a minute, you guys are going on tour. You got a concert tour coming up. Tell us about that. I love that idea.
We're touring now. As a matter of fact, I wish we could be, when this is going to be shown, the 25th, which is Friday, we're going to be in Salisbury, North Carolina. This is going to be shown on the 25th. But we've been touring all year. But and it's been great. We finally got back after COVID, like everybody else.
Right.
And for a while, Scotty wasn't with us, and this is incredible because he finally got back, and now Lavelle, who's having foot surgery, he's out. But we're touring and doing what we always do. And man, I'm telling you, it's so great to be back with our fans. to be on stage and sing this music. I mean, what a joy that is for us. We're just enjoying the heck out of it.
I am so sure. And the fans I know are loving it because nobody makes music like you guys used to do back in the day, which is why you still sell out. So what is your favorite whisper song, Wallace? And what is your favorite whisper song, Scotty?
Well, for me, it's very easy. The biggest song that we've ever had was a song called And the Beat Goes On. And the reason why that was my favorite is because I can honestly say that is the song that changed our lives completely. You know, we were doing okay before And the Beat Goes On, but after And the Beat Goes On, life changed. You know, at that point, then I could really get my clothes out to clean this. After that, you know, and so that's I have a lot of songs that we've done that I truly do love, but you asked me my favorite. That is my favorite, and that is the reason why it's my favorite.
Yeah. Well, my favorite, let me tell you a little story that goes with this song. We were touring like we always did. This is in the 70s. And we would do 4 nights. We'd open on Thursday and go through Sunday. We'd move on out on the van to the next city. We happened up on Chicago to play. We were opening the next Thursday, but the act that was closing was a man called Donny Hathaway. And we had heard Donny Hathaway before, but we had never seen him in person. And when I tell you, Tanya, that the impression he made on Scotty and I, we had never heard a guy that could vocalize like that. As a matter of fact, you know his music well. And you remember Donny Hathaway used to wear this big apple cap, and it almost hid half of his face as he sat down at the piano. And so we walked in this club and we heard this voice and we saw the apple cap, but we couldn't see his face. He didn't need a microphone. It was the most incredible thing that I ever heard, but he made such an impression on us. Later, when Donny, of course, left us, we created what was called the Donny Hathaway Scholarship Fund. And we were able to give away 8 scholarships in the name of Donny, sent kids to college. This is Dick Griffey's idea at Solar, because he made that, by far, he was the greatest singer, the R&B singer at that time, I thought that we had ever heard. And of course, we had the song that Dick's wife wrote called A Song for Donny. So that's Sherry Lucas. So that's my favorite song for Donny.
Oh, wow. But what a great story. And yes, you are right. We will probably never get another Donny Hathaway, but thank God he has left us so much. And I just love Layla. Okay.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we met her. Oh, boy, gosh.
Oh, yeah. His daughter, Layla. She's just incredible. So, yeah, that's a good story. So now if you guys, so you're on tour, I'm loving this. Everybody's doing verses these days. Who would you like to do a verses with?
Well, I'll give you a little secret. We've been approached to do verses with the OJs. And from what I'm told, that's in the work. And we're hoping that it's going to come about. But that's going to be great because we tour a lot with the OJs. And so, yeah, we were fine. When we were approached to do this, then they said OJs. We said, fine, let's go do it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. Oh, I cannot wait for that one. And that is perfect. That's a perfect one.
So too. Yeah, we think so.
Yeah,
too.
I can't wait. So you're going to let us know so we can keep everybody abreast on when that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll keep you abreast of when it takes place because we want everybody to see it. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I cannot miss that one. And we want everybody to see the Black Music Honors, which comes on, it's going to be on Bounce TV, but it's also in syndication. And that is, of course, on the 25th of June. It features, and I've got to read this, everybody, Mary, Carrie Hilson, Tevin Campbell, Drew Hill, Karen White, and of course, the Whispers. I can't wait to see this. I know this is a serious jam. You know, we had Karen White. You guys were trying to come on IG Live with me last Wednesday. And we had I know. Well, that wasn't on any of us. That was on Twitter that day.
Oh, we understand.
Or on IG, on Instagram. Yeah, there was an Instagram problem that day. But Karen White was wonderful. And she said so many great things about you guys. But from all of the people that were on the show, what is the most memorable moment from this current show that you're participating in?
Well, you know what? You're going to, speaking of the Black Music Honors, it's going to be shown in a couple of days. You're going to see what we got to see. That night was so magical. And, you know, we had never had the opportunity to be around Kid and Play. These guys tore this show up. When I tell you, I mean, all of the actual, I know everybody was great, but Kid and Play, I told my wife, I said, we had never seen them before. They had never seen it. We all know each other. But the show was incredible. I just thought the production was incredible, the way it was put on. And of course, we were just honored. This was straight ahead Black music that, in my opinion, doesn't get enough recognition. And oh man, it was just incredible.
And you know what else? Let me add to that. Since we were talking about Black Music Honors, we did it that night. But it's important that we say to Black Music Honors that we really can't tell you how much we appreciate the fact that you chose us to honor. I mean, we've been doing this a long time, and I know a lot of people assume that we have this award and that award. The truth of the matter is we do not. They honored us in a way that meant everything to us. And here's the other thing. They did it while we're still here. With all due respect to about how great it is when you go, I want mine so I can see it, while I'm here. And I thank Black Music Honors for doing that. They done it the right way.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Oh, well, you guys are incredible. You continue to bring us the good music, and yes, and the beat goes on. It does. It really does. With the Whispers, congratulations on everything. I cannot wait to see your tour when you're here in LA sometime soon. And the verses
in August.
In August. Okay.
Yeah,
all right. Well, we'll be there.
All right.
But we know we need to add one more thing, and thank you for giving us this platform for what we are about to say. We're in the process of redoing our catalog. And for those in the music business, they kind of know what that is. And the reason being, I'll just say, we're kind of like what Taylor Swift and Kelly Clarkson, they also did it. And when you see people doing this is because regardless of how many years you've been in the music business, that you haven't been treated that great. At least we haven't. So thank God we still have at this late date an opportunity to go in and redo all of our catalog. And that's what matter of fact, we just finished the first 2 songs, which was On the Beat and Rock Steady. But the little company that is representing us, if there's any people out there listening to this interview who wants to do business with the Whispers directly, not the ones that stole from us, the ones that you want to deal with the Whispers, you can contact B&A Entertainment. The woman's name is Willette Ballard, and I'd like to give you a phone number, area code 702-366-6234. B&A Entertainment, that's who's representing our new music. It's not really new, but we've had to go in and redo it if we don't mind. We're gonna redo everything we can that we've recorded so we can have a shot at being a part of the good deals too.
Yeah, so all businesses and corporations that deal with the music that's being put out, you can deal with the Whispers directly in their with their platform and their what's the word I want to use? I'm skipping.
Just their business platform if they want to book you or whatever, right?
Catalog. That's the word.
The catalog, right?
We're redoing our catalog completely over, so you can do business directly with the Whispers.
Perfect. And that's for anybody who needs music, because everybody's using stuff,
that's right.
For film and television and all of that.
Exactly right.
That's what we're talking about.
That's what that is, everybody.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And we thank you for giving us this platform
to say
allowing us to say it.
Well, absolutely. And, as much video as we do, we're still radio. We've got the biggest radio network in the country. So, yes, that really matters.
Right.
Okay.
Scotty and Walter, thank you so much. And we will be seeing you on the 7th Annual Black Music Honors to receive your very special Legends Award honor.
All right. Thank you so much, Tanya. We appreciate it. Much love.
Oh, absolutely. And I can't wait for the verses. Don't forget to call on that one.
You got it. All right. Take care.
And to everybody else out there, thank you for tuning into Hollywood Live today. We love you much. Take care of yourself and somebody else. And tune in the next time, because we always got great stuff for you, as you know.